Hey everyone, it's Toby coming at you from the What's Understood YouTube channel. So today I just wanted to talk about my top 5 stock picks for Q4. And obviously these stocks aren't just for individuals to get into in Q4 and try to flip them. Stocks are a long-term hold, and you should look to hold them for 1 to 10 years. The reason I'm bringing these stocks to individuals' attention is so that they can get in before they experience their exponential growth. So the first stock I wanted to bring to people's attention was Crispr Therapeutics AG, or just Crispr. And this stock has had a lot of light shown on it due to the pandemic, and also mRNA technology and mRNA vaccines. It's a biotechnology company, and what they do is they're known as, or you can think of them as molecular scissors, where they go in and cut out unwanted parts of DNA. So an application that they're working on is sickle cell treatment, which is huge. They had a high efficacy rate of treating this disease, above 80%, which is other treatments don't even come close to this. So the fact that CRISPR is able to achieve this is very exciting to me. As well, Google's AI AlphaFold was able to predict protein folding, which also that also applies to CRISPR as well, because it affects DNA, and that in turn affects proteins. So the fact that AlphaFold was able to make headway into this space is very bullish for CRISPR as well. CRISPR is also trying to help deactivate mutated genes that cause liver cells to produce misfolded forms of a protein called TTR, or transthyretin. The protein causes buildup on nerves and the heart, causing pain, numbness, and heart disease. And they've also been able to help treat this with high efficacy rate as well. So these just scratch the surface of what CRISPR is working on. But I believe as CRISPR grows as a company, they'll be able to treat a lot more diseases than just the ones I listed. And so yeah, this is why I wanted to bring this to your attention, and hopefully you guys are interested in it just as much as I am. So the next stock I wanted to bring to your attention was Alphabet Inc., or Google. A lot of people know this company for being just a behemoth of a company. It does a lot. It's in everybody's lives. It's everywhere pretty much. Everyone uses Google on a daily basis or some function like it. They really are a force to be reckoned with, and that's why I personally want to invest in them. I don't have any holdings in Google right now, but I feel like I need to get into this company as days go by. So another reason I'm really excited about Google is because they are also working on quantum computing, and they just, I think, last year or the beginning of this year, they were able to achieve quantum supremacy, which just means that they were able to solve a problem that a regular computer would take like 10,000 years to solve, which is like amazing. And the fact that they could even complete this. But quantum computing, I feel like that could really drastically change the lives of everybody once we understand fully how to use it. Right now, we're just working in the realm of certainty, I guess you could think of it as 0 and 1. But really how the world works is uncertainty. Like, there's so many infinite possibilities. So once we are able to utilize qubits instead of bits, so qubits are just 0, 1, and the possibility of both happening at the same time. Once we're able to utilize that, I feel like a lot of the mysteries of the world will be able to be answered. And I know that might seem overly optimistic, but it's just how I really feel about quantum computing, and the fact that Google is on the forefront of this is just another reason I really want to buy into them. So the next stock I wanted to bring to you guys' attention was AMD, or Advanced Micro Devices. And this stock is a stock that I recently just got introduced to, even though they've been blowing Intel out of the water for like a couple of years now. I recently just got introduced to them because I built a computer. I recently just built an AMD system, and I'm very impressed with how it works. I'm very impressed with just how it runs. I don't know too much about their processors and like how they're built, but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to just pay attention to their progress. I feel like AMD is in its very early stages, and I just want to be around to just experience their growth. They also were able to acquire Xilinx, which is a programmable logic device supplier. It's a semiconductor company that created the first fabless manufacturing model. Companies like AMD are recently experiencing supply shortages, and that's because of the demand. Because a lot of people are using chips to mine cryptocurrencies, and it's just choking the supply chain. But this is another reason just to own the stock, just because that demand is there, and it's only going to grow because cryptocurrencies are only known by so many people, and not even like 30% of the world knows about cryptocurrency. So that's another reason to just own the stock. And yeah, the chip usage will only grow as more computers are made and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see where AMD takes it in the future. So the next stock I wanted to bring to everyone's attention was Square, or Square Inc. This stock I have a personal connection with, just because my parents own a small business, and I was able to purchase the Square for retail for them, and I've been so impressed with how it's been working and how it's like just helped to advance their business. Before we were able to acquire Square for retail, they were writing everything down by hand, doing everything manually. But now that we have Square for retail, it's just been so easy. It's like life. Why was life so hard before? Why is this not available to everybody like right off the bat when they start a business? And I'm happy to see how Jack Dorsey is just solving problems for small businesses. It's encouraging to see, and it makes me really happy. Just because my parents own a small business and they were struggling before, and I hated to see them struggle. So now that their life is a little bit easier, it makes my life easier as well. But Square has their hand in a lot of things. Like I said, they're doing Square for retail. They acquired Afterpay, which is a buy now, pay later service. And this service is, I feel like, going to be big once Square is able to figure out how to use it. Right now, it's just in the early stages. Like I said, they just acquired it like at the beginning of this month. But as they figure out how to market it, how to bring it to the general masses, I only see it growing and like being like right now, like buy now, pay later services are available, and a lot of companies utilize the service, but I don't think they utilize them in the way they should. And because Square has such a big web around everything, I feel like they'd be able to market it and bring it to the table in the proper way. Square also, another exciting thing that Square is doing is they are acquiring Bitcoin and putting it on their balance sheet, which is like the only company I know that did that is there's a couple companies that did that, but the only other company that I'm aware of is Tesla, and I'm a big Tesla fan. And the fact that Square is doing this as well just shows that they're ahead of the curve, because cryptocurrency is the future. But yeah, so they have over 8,000 Bitcoin on their balance sheet, which is hundreds of millions of dollars, and that just makes me know that they're forward thinking. So yeah, Square also is the owner of Cash App. So pretty much Square is taking over, just as like I see them like a Google. They're slowly but surely coming up and making smart business moves, and those companies are the ones you want to get into. So the last company I want to bring to everyone's attention is Rocket Labs. So Rocket Labs just merged with, so Rocket Lab just became public, and it merged with Vector Acquisition Corp. It's so technically Rocket Lab is a SPAC, which is a special purpose acquisition company. But now it's obviously a publicly traded company, so it merged with a SPAC, sorry. Rocket Lab is an end-to-end space company and wants to deliver reliable launch services, spacecraft components, and make space more accessible and affordable. And anything to do with space is very, like, there is no, unless you invest in Amazon, actually you can't even invest in Blue Origin through Amazon, unless you invest in like ETFs that own these private space companies, you can't own space. And the fact that like Virgin Galactic, and now Rocket Labs are coming to the market, makes me very excited, because I believe the first trillionaire will be made through space, and I really want to be a part of their. I want to be a part of that. Obviously, one day I hope to be a trillionaire, but like that's a long ways away. So I want to be at least grab a piece of that first trillionaire. And you can do that through owning a part of their company. So Rocket Lab wants to make space easier to be able to access for regular people or companies or scientists. And they are already doing that. They've had successful launches. They've had successful payloads. And this is only the beginning for them, because they only IPO'd a couple days ago. So there's lots of growth to come with this company, and I believe that this is only the beginning. Hope you liked this video. Hope it brought you some value. These are the stocks that I feel like people should invest in. If not, that's okay. There's lots of stocks to invest in, but these are great picks in my opinion, and I only see them going up in value in the long term. And I hope you see that too. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.